So while doing chores and moving animals, I accidentally killed a chicken. When I was moving the chicken tractor, I had to move it sideways versus down the pasture one way. I had to move it because we were running it into a tree. So in order to move it sideways, when I put the dolly under the side, you can't really see because there's aluminum right there, and it was jammed, and so I was having to really shake it. And when I did that, I guess the chicken stuck his head out, and therefore I killed him. So that is real. However, I can't let this meat go to waste, so I'm going to process it now. So I'll show you how it can be done. So I had to do all the other farm chores, so therefore his body has been sitting for a little bit, but it's going to probably have some blood because, or, well, I don't know if it's clotted yet or not, but we'll see. Ever since I cut myself a while back, years ago, I don't play around anymore, and so I use these cut-proof gloves because I don't want to pay for stitches. So usually what we would do is slit the throat and or not slit the throat, I'm sorry. We would slit the main arteries along the neck and just let them bleed out, and then you have a less bloody chicken. But because this one was already dead, I didn't have to do that, so I'm not having to go through all that process. Our preferred method is using cones, so just sliding the chicken through the cone, pulling his neck, and then cutting the veins right there. It's pretty quick, easy, painless for them. Yeah, and they die pretty quick. They actually die almost immediately because no blood is getting to their, pumping to their heart. So, but this one was already dead, like I said, and it's been probably an hour because I had to finish all the farm chores. So his blood has already started to clot, so not much came out. So, yeah. Alright, the next step is I am getting the water up to temperature. Temperature needs to be 145, and I'm just going to dunk in. I think it's like a minute and a half, and whenever you can start to get the feathers like out of the tail, that's when you know that it's ready. And you don't want to over scald it. Scalding is like the #1 like key to this thing. If you can get a good scald, game on. Like, you can process the chicken. I think we're down to like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. But if you don't get a good scald, you're either gonna, one, tear the meat because it starts to cook it and then it kind of tears it, or you're not gonna be able to pluck it. It's gonna be a pain. So a good scald is ideal. So we found 145. We do put a little bit of like Dawn soap in the water because that helps release the feathers. 145 temperature for about a minute and a half, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know because Marty usually does that part. So, all right, I'm going to pause it and get the water ready. Processing a lot of chickens, we have a plucker and we just put it in the spinny thing and pluck. was a good pluck. I mean, a good scald. You can see feathers just come right off. With our other chickens, like when we process to sell, we keep the feet and everything, and we normally scald those, but I didn't scald the feet because I didn't have the baskets to turn them in. If you're doing this at home, what you can do is just save the feet for later and then put them in one of those baskets and dunk them in the water like that, and all that yellow stuff will come off. This down here at the feet is a little more difficult to come off right now because I didn't get them in there far enough, because I'm obviously just doing it by hand and just trying to do one chicken real quick. Finish cleaning them up a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fully eviscerate. So first of all, we always, we cut the feet off of the knuckles. It's pretty easy. Again, these are, I think I've told y'all before, these are my favorite. They're Stihl, I think they're garden shears, but the brand Stihl, amazing. I have used these for years. We always cut the oil gland off the tail, so you just make a V. This is just a gland that secretes oil to keep the feathers, whatever, I don't even know. I should probably look that up. Sorry, my head's getting in the way. I've got a bucket down here for the parts I don't want. We always cut the wingtips off. I mean, this is a family bird, so I don't really need to do that, but I'll just show you. It's just a little wingtip right there. The main reason we cut that off is because it will poke through the bags. It's kind of unnecessary anyway. So yeah. All right. Then what I do is lift the skin, pull the skin back like that, pull the skin off the neck, release the esophagus and the windpipe, or the windpipe and then the esophagus, doesn't matter. There's two right there. Usually we don't feed them for the 24 hours before because then their crop is empty. And that's wonderful, because trust me, when their crop is not empty, you're about to see it's not easy and can be messy because they have all that grain and grass left in their crop. The crop is where they hold their food. They don't have stomachs, but, well, he wasn't fed this morning, so he actually doesn't have any food. I mean, just a very minimal food in his crop, so that's good. That's a good thing. So then I just release the crop. The crop is attached to the esophagus. So you got, I don't know if you can see this far, but try to bring it closer. You got the windpipe, then you've got the esophagus, and then there's the crop. And if you can see, there's a little food in it, and that's the neck. And I'm about to cut the neck off. Now, if you're going to do like a broth with your bones, I totally recommend keeping the feet and the necks. I don't plan on doing a broth, so I'm just going to toss it. It's not worth it for me. I've got a ton of broth. I mean, a ton of necks and a ton of feet. You can see I did over scald a little bit because the skin is starting to break. So I did over scald just a little. All right, the next part is the not so fun part. You got to get the yuckies out. So you got to turn it to the tail side, pull the skin back, and I make just a little incision. Gentle, because you don't want to bust through anything. My knife needs to be sharpened. Okay. Rinse, because there's stuff. Okay. So then I'm just going to open this area, the cavity. Tell that just opening the cavity, and you can see there's all the organs. The gizzard's right there sitting. I think that's the nope. Yeah, that's the gizzard. So then I'm just reach my hand in there, and I kind of clean around the cavity. You got to be very careful because you don't want to puncture anything. You don't want anything to rupture. So I'm just going to kind of keep working my way. It's a smaller chicken, so it's a little bit more difficult, and you got to be more careful. Okay, that's all the organs. You got the intestines, you've got your gizzard, you've got your liver, you've got the heart is still in there. Let's get the heart out. You got the heart. There's some lung attached to the heart. Did I pull that? I broke off the windpipe by accident, so I'll just pull that out. Yeah, so there's the windpipe. All right, so then I'm just going to cut around the tail to release all that, because all that is connected to the tail. Then we normally save the hearts. I am not saving the hearts. People eat them, but we don't, and I don't have any others to save with it. I will save the liver. We also normally save the gizzards. We normally clean out the gizzards and the livers we save. But that thing right there, you do not want to rupture. That is poison. So you always pull the liver off and just drop everything else in the bucket. We don't even hold that over our table. Like, that goes away because that's all the insides. We don't want that. Then I just go in and I start cleaning out where the lungs were. So there's more lung. And let's get the testicles out. Lovely anatomy. All of our chickens are cockerels, so they're males. We like them because they grow bigger and faster. This one, I did not see testicles. It may have been a female, especially because it's smaller. I don't know. So, all right, that's it. Cleaning it up, rinsing it off. Okay, so we have dinner, just like that. Well, to be honest, this is not enough for our family for dinner, but I might make something with them. I might put it into a soup or whatever, not sure. I'll have to let you know. Maybe that'll be another video. Thanks for watching.